Hey everybody, my name is Russ. That is Lauren. Welcome to our Sunday vinyl video. I will start off and say, if you have not heard of the artist we're talking about today, JD McPherson, I strongly recommend you go check out some of this stuff. We'll probably talk about that a little bit throughout this video right here. We are discussing his fourth main album. He had a Christmas album kind of in the mix, which some artists count as in their catalog and some don't. You know, so like he's of his JD McPherson, like regular rockabilly music. This is his fourth album called Night Owls. This is, from everything I can tell, just a standard pressing. I didn't get it from a fan club. I didn't order it from his web store or anything. We just got this from Rock City Music up in Livonia, Michigan, which is fine for me. I think I've told you many times I'm kind of over needing special editions, and so I didn't even look into what was available for this. So as far as JD McPherson goes, if you haven't heard of him, the easiest way that I can describe him is late 50s, very early 60s rockabilly. That's really the best way that I can describe him. And if you are looking to pause the video and check out what he sounds like, I would tell you to look for a song called Northside Gal or a song called Let the Good Times Roll. And I feel like between those two, that'll give you the broad stroke.
Yes, that's for sure.
Of what JD McPherson is all about. I first came into JD McPherson about 3 or 4 months after his first album came out, Signs and Signifiers. Someone brought the LP over and I listened to it and I was just blown away. The first song on the first record is Northside Gal. Follow-up album to that is Let the Good Times Roll, and I was blown away. And I can't, the name of the third album escapes me right now. And part of the reason for that is I didn't love it. I loved his first 2 records, wanted to love the third one. Didn't hate it, just didn't love it. So as far as his latest LP goes, a lot of times with artists that I love, I always want to support them no matter what. I'll always buy a record from them. And I try very hard to blind buy stuff and not listen to much of anything until we can listen to it straight through. So that's what happened with this.
Yes.
As far as packaging goes, there's one thing that kind of surprised me. I was surprised it was a gatefold of this because 2 things. One, the artwork that's on the inside of the gatefold is kind of unremarkable. So I was kind of like, well, why? You know, but then also I like that. It's little things like that that make me always go like, oh, well, at least the label's got faith, you know, if they're going to put more time into it. The sound of the record is fantastic. I thought it was a huge, really wide soundstage, dead quiet vinyl, which when his second record came out, there was a big issue. I happened to luck out and get one that was fine, but there was a lot of issues with pops and clicks and off-center pressings and stuff, to the point where I remember it was like a year and a half after it came out before they got everything squared away.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so in the third album, there wasn't that big of a deal, but I remember that being an issue.
Sounds like a hullabaloo.
It was. But I thought the sound was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then we're not doing like a full album review here, but I will say I love this. To me, is a return to form from his. It sounds very much like a mix of his first 2 albums to me. There was a lot that we liked on it. A lot of the key work and whatnot that we were like, oh, that's really fun stuff. Because a lot of what people don't pay attention to, I think, in the late 50s rock era, like if you go back and you listen to a cut like Heartbreak Hotel, listen to the piano solo on that. It's insane, you know. And I like that there's more of that on this record.
Yeah.
We like that a lot. Price at $25. I think that's absolutely. I think a new artist putting out new material that doesn't sound like much else on the radio right now, I think that's a fair thing to ask. You know, I would easily, if I were in a record store and someone picked it up and said, hey, what do you know about this? Is this, worth grabbing? I would easily tell someone to pick it up for, $25.
Yeah.
As far as the value goes, like you say, the packaging is great. We love the music that's on it. And to me, the vinyl being as dead quiet as it is and as well mastered as it is, like I think one of the first things I said was like 2 or 3 songs in, I was like, who mastered this? Like, and because it sounded really, really clear. So for me, the value is there.
Yeah, no, it would be for me too. I mean, I had you kind of schooled me on JD McPherson in the first place, but I don't have anywhere.
Passed it along.
Yeah. No, but I mean, when I say schooled, I don't mean not, But anyway, the value would be there for me too. I think every song that started, we got a little bit into it, and I looked, I was like, I dig this.
Yeah,
I dig it.
I don't think
I
there was
dig it.
anything on there that you were like, oh, this is kind of. There was a couple that were like way out there that we were like, oh wow, and then you'd get to one that was the furthest out and be like, oh, those other two were preparing us for this, which I like a lot. And I've spoken many times on the old Infectious Group podcast about sequencing matters a great deal to me.
Yep.
Like I think when you can tell an artist put time and energy into, that's why I'm so against shuffle and that type of stuff. Like you should listen to a record the way it was meant to be laid out. And this, to me, this track listing was laid out very, very, there was a lot of thought put into it. So if you like JD McPherson, please by all means drop a like on the video and drop a comment and let us know what you think of this new record or any of his old ones. And if you haven't heard JD McPherson, please by all means at least take a listen to the two tracks that I mentioned earlier, Northside Gal and Let the Good Times Roll. I had like 4 songs in my head that I was going to say at the same time. There's so many good ones. But check those two out at the bare minimum. If you would, please drop a like on the video because that helps us out. Hit the notification bell because we have more than just the vinyl videos on the channel every week. Once again, my name is Russ. That is Lauren. And as we always say, thank you so much for watching.